Alright, hey guys, this is part 4 of a series of videos that I'm doing on this concrete hot tub pad pour. Alright, let's get started. So at this stage, I'm still pouring the concrete. I'm still going to get wheelbarrows and dumping them. And right now what I'm doing is I'm using a jitterbug roller to help push down the aggregate in the concrete. If you look closely, you can see sort of the roughness getting rolled away into the surface. I like to use the smaller roller for these types of projects. It's just a lot easier to use. So I have a 4-foot jitterbug roller, and I also have a 2-foot roller as well. And guys, I'm going to leave a little link up top to show you what that tool is all about. So what I'm doing right now is I'm using a screed. Basically, this is a piece of aluminum with wood handles attached to it and a level in the middle. This is great. I use this one when I'm really looking for a flat pad because I can check my level and I can really be critical on how flat this surface is going to be. So the trick with these is just really feeling out the slab. So you can see me reaching out on the ends with this thing to see what it feels like. Generally, you want to do sort of a seesaw motion, and with the screeding, I find, there's different ways to do this, but I mean, everybody has their own comfort zone once you get going at it. The tool I'm using right now is Marshalltown, I believe. So this is a stand-up float. This is 24 inches wide. And it's great for just floating out sidewalks, pads, and stuff like that. I like it because you can run the surface quickly, and you can close it up. So one little trick you're going to see me do is just tap down on this thing. The concrete right now is pretty firm, so sometimes it's hard to close it up. And if you find that you're ever pouring concrete and you start losing it, one of the key signs is it's drying up on the surface, and banging down on your trowels and trying to pat down on it's really going to bring the cream up, and you can potentially save the slab. Alright guys, so when I filmed this, our city and our province was in a lockdown, and a lot of people weren't even really allowed to go outside. They weren't allowed to do a lot of things. So luckily, concrete tradesmen, they work outside, like you can see myself here. I'm working outside, there's nothing around. So I basically took it on to wear a mask just to prevent having any issues with the authorities. So back at that time, I was a bit concerned about the virus because I've been hearing things and different things on media, but now it's completely different. I don't wear a mask anywhere I go, and I'm just completely have different views on this entire thing. But yeah, it's kind of silly looking back at this. I flip a mask on, I'm flipping it off. The driver himself, he used to work for Tri-City Ready Mix. His name is Noof, and great guy. Best drivers around work for this company, Tri-City Ready Mix Concrete. But yeah, he never wore a mask, and I really appreciate people like that right now. And right now it's 2022, and I believe we did this project back in 2020. So the real trick here is just keep the concrete flowing, keep the consistency. If you have to add a bit of water like I did, that's the way to do it. And lifting the rebar, like getting that rebar up. You can see the rebar is up in the concrete. Just, you want it an inch or two in there. If you pull the rebar up too far, you can get shadowing where the rebar will show on the surface. So if it's like an inch down from the top, you're gonna see that rebar when the concrete's wet.